Are you ready to unlock the secrets of successful Facebook advertising? I'm gonna build a Facebook ad from scratch for you in this video right now. Okay, so one of the first things that you have to do whenever you're running a Facebook ad is step back and stay the heck out of Facebook Ads Manager, because that is not where you're going to have a successful campaign. Where it's gonna happen is over here on a Google Doc. These are some questions that I like to ask ahead of time, and I'm literally gonna walk you through exactly what I would do to create these ads. I wanna do it as quickly and as efficiently and as cohesively as possible. I don't wanna skip any steps, but I also want this to be nice and tight. What is a high and tight? Yeah, we'll go with that. So the question you should be asking yourself, who is my audience? Am I going to be going after a cold or warm audience? So even deeper than that, the who is my audience is, am I going after women or am I going after men? If you say both, please take a step back and say, no, who is the person you're going after? Who is that person? These are all the questions we're gonna answer, at least out loud or throughout the process of what we're going to do to create this ad. But the very first thing that we must know is, what is it we're going to advertise? So we have a collection coming up. It's the Patriotic Collection. It'll be perfect for summer. I would suggest that you copy it as well. How can you make this and implement this into your business? So the Patriotic Collection for summer, specifically in the US, or you could copy it for wherever you're at in the world, is that we're gonna do it all throughout the summer. We're gonna create and update this content throughout the whole summer. So we're gonna hit Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. And if we find a winning ad, we can run it for a long period of time. That is what I love about doing big overarching collections like this, is that we can then run the ad for a long period of time. And guess what? The longer that it runs, the more that Facebook will learn and the better your results will be over time. 90 days of running an ad, much better than trying to do it over 9 days. First thing, who is our audience? Let's go ahead and write this down. I just wanna write this out. I think that you should get a Google Doc as well and write these things out. So I'm going after women who are affluent. They are, I would say, anywhere between 25 to 45 years old. If you don't know who your audience is, go over to ChatGPT and talk through what this would look like for you. So you could say, I'm gonna use a women's clothing boutique that is located in a small town in the United States. All right, so I asked it a question. I wanted to go through what it was like to market for this small town. I wanted to describe exactly who my business is. And then now what I want to do is go in depth. So I would say, all right, so what did it tell us? It says, all right, this sounds like a wonderful concept for a women's clothing boutique, bringing the small town community feel and connecting with the fashion trends of the big city. Awesome, that's what we said. Curate thoughtful collection, we talked about that. Provide personalized customer service. So I gave it some more information, but then I wanted to ask a very specific question. All right, so this is my full-time marketing expert. How would I go into the demographics of these types of people? And so let's see what it says. Age group, target range is 25 to 45. Good starting point. Okay, I like that. Location, since you're serving rural communities, it might be beneficial to target Facebook user who reside in specific areas. So we may have to go after only residential areas or find zip codes that are only specific to rural communities. If your boutique clothing varies, such as casual wear, workwear, for example, you could target working professional stay-at-home moms. All right, look-alike audiences. Remember, it's important to continuously analyze. Okay. All right, so give us a good starting point. I'm looking for like age, gender, location to give me a good starting point. If you already know that, then great, move on, whatever that may be. So now I have, like I said, age, gender, location. Am I going after a warm or cold audience? I'm going after new customers. So the cold audience, this is like a group of people who have never heard of me. All right, what is my message? So I'm a clothing boutique, and you have to ask yourself, what is my message here? Am I trying to be inclusive with size? Am I a faith-based company? Am I a boutique that's super fashionable, but is also affordable pricing? Is it a higher end boutique? Is it my shipping? Like, what is it that is my message? So for this one, to make it super simple and to make it easy and also follow the brand that we're gonna be breaking down, this is a Christian clothing boutique. And about this Christian clothing boutique, so their mission is to give back, and everything that they give back to is related to something to give back to their purpose. Right now, what do we do? We know who our audience is. We're going after warm or cold traffic. What is the message? I want to tell you right now, you could skip ahead right now and go to the part where we're actually going to build this campaign, and you would get 70% of it. but 70% will not keep you as a successful campaign. So I just want to stop here and tell you, this right here looks like work, and that's because advertising works, right? It takes work, and for it to work, you have to put in this time. What most people do, and you probably ran into this as well, which is why you clicked on this video, is you looking for somebody to do a tutorial for you, step by step of how to run those ads, but they don't give you the context of what makes it successful. This is what it's going to do. This right here is what will make it successful. And it will give you the starting point to make iterations to continue to get better and better. But this is the part that nobody talks about. This is the part that really is the difference maker. Going and pushing levers and buttons used to work a lot. Maybe 5-8 years ago on Facebook ads, they do not work as much right now because you really have to get into the buying behavior of your customer. So what has worked in the past for me? We used to do collection type videos, and I'll show you what those look like a little bit later. Collection videos. We also do dynamic creative ads. This will also, I'll show you what that looks like as well. It's probably what we're gonna lean towards. We also did graphics for this brand that did well. So a lot of different things here have worked well in the past. Sales have done really well with limited stock. Most of the stuff on this brand is limited stock. All right, and then what's my offer? So the offer is not necessarily a discount or deal. We'll get to that, but what's the offer? We're gonna do always fast shipping. Ships the same day, literally. That could be our offer. If you want something to work, you have to go above and beyond. What's everybody else doing? They're saying they'll be there in 3 to 5 days, 7 to 10 days. Right here, we're gonna say it's gonna ship the same day. And the asterisk of the fine print is that as long as it's done by 3 p.m., then we'll ship it out the same day. What you have to understand is that your offer must be compelling enough for yourself. So ask yourself, as I'm shopping, what would actually make me make a purchase? And then make sure that you put that as part of your offer. If you don't have something that's of value there, literally go over to ChatGPT or over to Bard and say, all right, so I said, hey, I need help with creating a compelling offer. Here's an example of some compelling offers. I want something to be like fast shipping or same day shipping. And then it said here, buy one, get one free. This could be a deal, bundle deals, gift with purchase, VIP rewards programs, percentage off discounts. These are all things that I would consider, like, again, I would consider this as like, is there a deal? Which could be also in part of the offer. Let's do something a little bit more in depth. Okay, so here's some actual good options. I said, to clarify, I think the offer should be focused on the brand or the quality of the product that it could bring something to the table versus giving an actual like deal. So it gave some options. So it says free styling session with a personal stylist. Cool, you could do a Zoom or something if it's an online store. Free alterations on all purchases. That's really a good deal. Buy one, get one free on all sale items. Unlimited free returns. That's a good one. Unlimited free returns. Even if they only buy one time, it's just the fact that it says unlimited, it's already enticing. So we got some good options here. VIP rewards program, not so much, but it was some really good. Free styling session with every purchase. We could do it as like free styling session over, X amount, and it's a 15-minute styling session. That's a no-brainer. That's something that's different. So now we have something. Let's roll with that. So what's my offer? Always fast free shipping. I'm gonna do free styling session and unlimited free returns. All right, is there urgency or scarcity? Well, this is gonna go on for 3 months, but we could also say there is limited stock, and when it sells out, it is sold out. We don't have to say when this ends. We could say that the deal ends soon. We don't have to be specific because we don't know when the deal is going to end or when the products will sell out, but when they are sold out, they are done. So it is not lying, it's technically marketing, which is limited stock, and the deal will end soon. Soon could be relative. I mean, if you marry somebody for 30 years, 3 months of it's not really that long. That's very limited. So the deal ends soon. I'm gonna go roll with that. We could also ask ChatGPT or Bard some other examples of things here. These are just ideas that I had. All right, so is there a deal? What is the deal? I wanna go back over here to Bard and say, okay, so here's our deals. Buy one, get one free, percentage off discounts, free shipping over 50. Okay, so these are good. Let's see here. So what I said was, I like the ideas for these deals, the free shipping over 50, the buy one, get one free, but what other ones can you help me come up with? This says bundle deals, loyalty programs, social media contests, email marketing. Okay, so I like the idea of the bundle, but it seems a little confusing. Percentage off is pretty easy to do. I like the buy one, get one. So for these items, we could do it as a collection. Since it's our patriotic collection, I always like to name it. You can name it whatever you'd like. Again, ask ChatGPT or Bard or consult internally what you want to call it. What we could do is buy one, get one of anything in the collection. We just need to make sure that everything in the collection is similar price, but then everything that's in that option or in that collection, if they buy it, it's going to be the 50% off of the lower option. So, or, you know, buy one, get one free, it's the lower option. Or we get buy one, get one 50% off, whatever your margins work out to. You must know your margins. So we're going to do buy one, get one 50% off. And it can be anything within our collection, which is awesome. Does the website and ads messaging match? This is one of those things where we will just tell you that it does. So the copy that you use on the ads needs to match the copy that's used on the product descriptions. You should use some of the same elements. Also, if you have an ad for a collection and you send people there, your most popular products should be in the top left corner, and then they should decrease, or they should go in order of total sales or popularity, and the least popular in the far right bottom corner. Just make sure that that ads messaging and the website match up. All right, so what is the success for this campaign? Okay, so we're going after new customers. What is our target cost per acquisition? If you don't know your target cost per acquisition, I would highly suggest to check out our calculator. Just comment the word calculator down below, and I promise you, we can send it over to you and help you figure out where is the range of acquiring a customer profitably for your business. Then you can just plug in numbers. It's literally a plug and play system. But what is our target cost per acquisition? For this brand, we're looking at, okay, how do we get anywhere between a $25 and $35 cost per acquisition? Because we know our lifetime value makes sense. We know that if we acquire them for $25 to $35, we know by the end of this month we're going to be profitable because we do know our numbers. Now, if it's your first campaign or it's maybe one of your first ones ever, you may not know this, but that's not the point for this. The point is to give yourself a range so you can measure success. To give you an average idea of a cost per acquisition for a clothing store, it's going to be anywhere between, if you have $10, amazing, $15 is a little rare, 20, 30, 40, that's kind of where you're at. Now, it depends on your cost of the product, depends on a lot of other things, how long you've been running ads, but I would say anywhere between $10 to $40 is an average cost per purchase for a clothing boutique, clothing streetwear brand, clothing store, whatever it may be, $10 to $40. You're gonna see a wide range. I realize that some of those may be profitable, some of them may not be, but that gives you a range. And then our goal is that's not where you stay. How do you continue to drop it? Because there's always ways you can drop it or to increase the lifetime value of that customer to get them to spend more. All right, so the next piece here is what kind of creative should I lead with? Now, we talked about earlier that we had other things work for them like a collection, and a collection could have an image or a video. We also talked about a graphic, which is an image. What I believe will be the best for this to be able to run for the longest period of time is an actual video, because in the video you could show a lot of different products and nobody's gonna be looking for that one specific product. If an image has a product like this t-shirt, if this t-shirt sells out, the ad will be less successful because it's sending people to the page for the Patriot collection. But if they want this shirt and they can't buy it, now we have an issue. Versus the video where there may be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items that they're shown, and the chances of all of them selling out very slim. So I like the idea of a video and testing multiple different types of videos with this. So that is what I would lead with. Now, we've answered all of these questions. Now the next thing we need to do is write the copy. Normally I'd get a different document for this or whatever else, but you can actually write the copy down below. So copy right here. All right, so I'm gonna come up with 2 headlines and 2 preview lines that must describe this collection. And it should also have the deal and the offer and everything like that. So let's go ahead and do this, and I will use ChatGPT to help me answer this question. Okay, so what I did was I told it that I am going to give it some prompts to help it write some copy for my Facebook ads. I always want to make sure to tell it that it is a top copywriter for a digital marketing company, specifically helping clothing stores grow and to operate at that level. So I'm going to tell it to do that. I also gave it the information I gave ChatGPT just to keep everything inside of Bard consistent. And I also want to make sure that I incorporate the offers and deals that I have within the copy as well. So let's see what pops out. I told it to come up with 3 variations of primary text for a Facebook ad based off of the offer buy one, get one 50% off. This will be for our patriotic collection that will run from Memorial Day to Labor Day over the summer. All right, so variation 1, headline, patriotic sale, buy one, get one. Oh, it's writing out all of it, okay. Show your American pride with your patriotic collection. Our patriotic collection is now on sale, buy one, get one item. Give the second item 50% off. This is the perfect time to stock up on red, white, and blue for Memorial Day, Independence Day, and Labor Day. Okay. So what I told it is that I wanted to make sure that it knows that we have unlimited returns and that we are a Christian clothing brand, just to kind of come up with some ideas that are maybe a little bit more specific to this particular type of copy. All right, so it says, sure, here are some 3 variations of primary text for a Facebook ad based off the offer. Buy one, get one 50% off. Offer patriotic collection. Patriotic sales, buy one, get one 50% off. Show your American pride with your patriotic collection. Our patriotic collection is now on sale. All right. Okay, so what I told it to do was to come up with 2 to 3 sentences for the primary text to make sure that it's shorter. I would also want to use emojis. So I asked it to throw me out some emojis as well. Here's what it gave me. So it says headlines, preview line, show your American pride. Primary text, buy one, get one 50% off on your patriotic collection. Shop now and show your American pride. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with our patriotic sale. Preview line, save 50% on select items. Save 50% on the select items from our patriotic collection. Shop now and celebrate the red, white, and blue. This is good. Show your American pride. Get 50% off your second item when you purchase from one of our patriotic collections. So I like variation 1 and 2. Okay, so I told it that I like variations 1 and 2. But I also want to make sure that they add urgency and that they make sure that they know that there's going to be unlimited returns for this as well. So let's see what it gave me. All right, so the primary text, I'm just going to read these, which is buy one, get one 50% off. Our patriotic collection, limited time only. Shop now and show your American pride. Plus, we offer unlimited returns so you can shop with confidence. I like that. Variation 2, save 50% off of select items from our patriotic collection. Offer ends soon. Shop now and celebrate the red, white, and blue. Plus, we offer unlimited returns so you can shop with confidence. Okay, so that one was pretty close to the second one, first and second one. Okay, so this gives me some good options for my headlines, my preview lines, my primary text. And so I now have both of them. I'm going to copy and paste them over into my Google Doc. All right, so now that I have the copy and I have the creative, let's go into Ads Manager and let's actually build this. Don't worry, this is the absolute simplest part here. If you skipped ahead and went to this part, please go back. This was the actual work that was being done, is this Google document right here. This is where the money is going to be made, not on this part of the setup. Now this setup does matter, but it's the 20-30%. The 70%, that's within this document right here. So let's jump into Ads Manager. All right, so we are over here inside of Ads Manager. Very, very simple here. And as you can see, we've had some other successful campaigns. This is where we're rocking at right now in the month of May. No matter when you're watching this, does not matter. The point is, this is how you set it up. So go ahead and hit create. We are going for sales. If you want sales, do not go for anything else except for sales. All right, we're gonna do a manual sales campaign. Advantage Plus shopping, we are big fans of. However, this is not where I would use something to do with testing campaign. I would use Advantage Plus for campaigns that have already been proven and to scale those up. That is not for this. This is for our top of the funnel cold traffic right now to find some winning ads to throw into our testing. So we're gonna go ahead and do a manual sales campaign. The campaign name, I'm going to label this as our top of the funnel. I'm gonna call it our patriotic collection. You can label it however you would like. The naming conventions do not matter as long as that you actually know what they are. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down here and do Advantage Plus budget. I would like to do $100 a day. You could do $1,000 a day. You could do $30 a day. Depends on what you need. Now, if you spend $3,000, it will take you a little bit longer if you're spending $30 a day or if you spend $100 a day. Facebook needs that data. So if you're not seeing results right away as a $30 a day budget, you likely need to let Facebook run a little bit longer till you get to that point. More budget just means that Facebook learns faster. If you have time and not the money, then let it run longer and it will eventually learn. That being said, let's go over here and we are going to keep everything the same here. We're not doing a catalog. We're going to go ahead and click next. This is our ad set level. We are going for website purchases. Eventually, Facebook's going to push us to try to do website and shop. They're going to do some kind of deal for you. For this campaign, we're just going to go for website purchases. This is going to be broad. Our targeting is a whole nother conversation. If you want to learn more about broad targeting and specifics on that, we're not going to jump into that for this video, other than the fact that I'll tell you it is the best way for you to learn how to run your ads. But if you want to jump into Facebook ads for broad targeting, make sure you go watch this video right here, because that is going to be the best option for you. All right, so broad targeting. What that means, open targeting, it's age, gender, location. That's all we're doing. We're not doing any detailed targeting. We're not doing interest. We're not doing anything like that. All right. We're also going to turn on this little magic button, dynamic creative. This will make a little bit more sense later, but it will allow us to create multiple variations of images and videos, graphics, whatever it is, and headlines and preview lines. That's how we're going to do variations. I'm not going to create any more ads. I'm just going to create one ad that's a dynamic creative type of ad. This button is what makes that possible. I'm not going to do an end date. This is saying that it has an end date. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that it's website. I'm gonna make sure that my pixel is set up, make sure the conversion event is for purchase. This is interesting because it's telling us that we haven't had any purchases in the last X amount of days, but we have. Dynamic creative is on, budget and schedule. So schedule this ad set uses Advantage Plus audience. This feature will be unavailable July 1st. So it looks like we have to schedule this. I would not suggest to schedule it, but that may be our only option for this for right now. We will have to reconvene on like what that actually looks like. This is something new inside of Facebook. Gotta love their features. But my point is, let it run continuously. Don't have an end date. I'll have to figure out exactly how to work around this. But for the point of this, go ahead and leave that out. Age, gender, location. Remember, we're going 25 to 45. I'm actually going to expand that a little bit. I'll go to 64, give it a little bit more data. I'm going after women. I'm using Advantage Plus placements, and then let's go ahead and choose this. Attribution settings, 7 days after clicking, 1 day view. This gives Facebook as much data as possible. However, most of my products I know are a lower price point, and so I am thinking, and this is just talking out loud to you who are watching, we may be going back to a 1 day click. We'll see. We're testing some things right now, but right now, 7 days after clicking, 1 day view gives Facebook the most data, but it's an optimization window, which means that it could be a longer time before you get purchases. So I may go to 1 day click. We will see. I will see if that makes sense, and if it does, we'll update the videos. However, right now, 7 day click, 1 day view. All right, go over to the ad. I'm gonna make sure that my brand is selected here on both Facebook and Instagram. This is our patriotic collection. I'm gonna leave everything right here. I'm gonna select my images. I'm gonna let it advertise for each person specifically. And actually, I'm gonna select videos. I would love to do it here. This is actually perfect. I'm gonna choose up to 4. You can do 3. I like 3 as an option. 4 is also one as well. But anyway, here's the ones that I'm gonna choose. Your creative, what works right now, user generated content, TikTok style shooting, other videos where it's like talking head, where you're talking about the collection and just sharing different outfits, styling different outfits. I like to keep it under about 90 seconds if you can for that video. 60, 59 seconds even better. 30 seconds even better than that. So test some shorter and longer stuff, but similar type of video. Show yourself. Please do not hide behind the camera. We've seen it not work as well. So anyway, these are the 4 that we're gonna choose. This part of the creative is completely up to you and how you want to style it. Like I said, user-generated content will work. TikTok style content will work. If you've already been posting on Facebook and Instagram talking about this collection and something did better than the other stuff, use that. Facebook and Instagram organic is a great way to test what is working right now. Whatever works there, that may be something that you throw into ads. All right, so primary text, description, website, all this stuff, super simple. All right, so this website, I would make sure that it is your actual website URL, probably / patriotic collection. For us, we're not gonna do that, but just make sure that it goes to the actual collection page. That is very important. Call extension, add button. No, we don't need to add another button here. That's cool though, call extension. Have them call your own there. All right, so primary text and headlines. Let me go ahead and copy that. So, all right, here's my headline for number 1. Okay, headline, add another headline option. Just hit that button there. Here's headline number 2. All right, and let me fill all this stuff out for you real quick. Okay, so right here I got primary text 1, primary text 2, headline 1, headline 2, description 1, description 2, going all to my collection page. That is it. Make sure your tracking is on. If you have an app, something like comment sold, make sure that that is clicked on and correct. Double check all of these things. Make sure everything looks good under the feed, Instagram, marketplace, wherever you decided to post these, which like we said, we just choose everywhere. Go ahead and see what this looks like. Make sure that all the videos aren't cropped. Make sure the stories look good. All right, and that is literally it. You would go ahead and click publish right now, and your campaign is launched. If you guys like these kind of videos, just let me know down in the comments if you want to see something specific, anything else with Facebook or Instagram ads or TikTok or anything in the future. Just drop those comments down below. All right, so if you want even more information about growing your clothing store with Facebook, check out this video right here next. And if you want more information on Instagram ads, make sure you watch this video right here next. You'll have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. And PS, make sure that you hit that subscribe button.